I'm kind of fortunate because I come from a family, being in Mississippi and a lot of them in Louisiana. We've learned to really rely on herbs and stuff like that. Like my grandma and my mom and them, the way they relied on like the stuff that's in nature. Like, so I always knew it was an alternative. So like taking medicine was never like the first thing for me. And so that's why I've been like searching out alternative health doctors, people who, because our health system is not designed to preserve life at all.
That's why there's life insurance.
It goes against, it literally goes against the system to want to say, hey, I'm feeling bad. Can you fix me? And so I lost hope in them a long time ago. And so, I started doing my own research like you. And I just started, okay, if this is what my condition, this is what I feel like, then how can I help this? So between Pinterest and friends of friends, I've been able to piece stuff together. It ain't all the way there, but for the most part, I've been able to, do the best I can with what I know. So
my biggest thing was like lifestyle switch up. Because and luckily I went to the right doctor that when I went in, it was like, I'm fatigued for weeks. I haven't been able to overcome it. I don't know what's going on. Something's wrong with me. Yeah. She's like, all right, are you sleeping? I'm like, nah, I don't really sleep that well. Yeah, okay. Are you drinking, how much coffee you drinking a day? I don't know, probably 3 or 4, sometimes 5 cups. Okay. You can't do that.
You think?
Yeah. But I didn't think.
Yeah.
I didn't know because I was so used to how things used to be that I needed that. I needed someone to shake my worldview so that I could change my mind and realize, I'm killing myself on accident just because I'm aging into something that my body's getting worn down. So luckily I went to the right person that didn't say, all right, well, just pop this and you're good. So, and that's a big part of like the evolution. That's why I always love our conversations. It always includes like health, wealth, and like arts, and just becoming the best versions of ourselves. I know we have a lot in common, wanting families, and just having the best lives that we can, doing what we love and making money doing it. I always appreciate our conversations.
No, likewise. But before we change, before we pivot, but one thing I have learned, I guess in these last couple of years of dealing with Hashimoto's, is I've learned to love each version of myself, right? And because you have an idea of yourself and the way of this person that you want to present to the world. As you get older and as things change or whatever the situation can be, you find yourself being, judging yourself because, I'm not this version of me anymore. And so a lot of times when you go through different things, there's just a certain version of you that shows up and that exists.
Or that evolves into.
That
expands
too.
you.
Or that you're comparing
that too. And so you find yourself doing all of the above, right? And I had to really learn how to accept myself even at this place in my life, at this juncture, like my grandma say, juncture. Even in this juncture of my life, I had to learn to accept myself in ways that I thought I did, but I did not, And so looking in the mirror and have a hard conversation like, hey, man, I love you still. I love this version of you. Like, shit ain't, it gets real, you know?
Yeah, and when you're at that place, because...
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, this is kind of like you have more on that?
Well, no, I was just saying I think the hardest part, besides changing your lifestyle, is learning to love and accept the different versions that you're, the person that you're at, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's in these different phases of our life. Because even when I first started acting, all of the roles that I was getting were shirtless.
Yep.
Now you throw something, I can't be shirtless. I got psoriasis everywhere because of the years of like putting work in. But because I couldn't be that actor, and that's not the reason I stepped away from acting for a minute, but that's a part of like what it became. So I was forced to evolve, maybe mentally or whatever the case, in a different way that expanded me. Yeah. And then now eventually I have to overcome the psoriasis so I could get the clear skin when I do step back into acting, to be able to have like a leading role type of whatever and just be ready to take on the world. But I can't right now because I've lost opportunities because of that. But it's interesting how how you can take it as it's a negative thing, and yes, we have to overcome it. But if you can appreciate who you are and how you're evolving because of the current state you're in, And I would never be this knowledgeable about health if I didn't go through this. And now I can preach that to everybody else, or, tell you about coffee enemas.
But also learn how to cook.
I had to learn how to cook.
Because a lot of the time, I think, especially with your journey, Mark, was I want to get there, but I don't cook. And if I need something at convenience, I need to order something. And that's just it. And that's my crutch.
I will come over here at times, and the only thing Mark got in that refrigerator is some Coke and a Sprite and ginger ale, maybe it's a water.
Yeah, it's like
and
nothing
ketchup,
in there.
Maybe some ketchup or barbecue sauce.
And some ranch. But now
until I came into the picture and started putting real food in his fridge.
Hey,
but then having to like, because every time I would go grocery shopping, I would have high hopes of what I could do, but then I would end up waiting the last minute and just go Uber Eats and something, and then everything else would spoil. Yeah. So now I found a nice routine where I'm using everything. I'm using all the bell peppers throughout the week, and I'm ordering sweet potatoes twice a week and the bananas and everything, and just opened up a whole new version of me that I didn't realize how easy it was.
Yeah.